really got a chance to, what is it? I've got some stuff coming up here, and what is it, June 7th, and actually about 2 weeks later. But anyway, I kind of wanted to give a chance because I've actually recently had like a couple of guys. I don't want to say like I got a couple of guys, but I got a couple of buddies, Facebook friends, and fighters. Honestly, the reason I'm saying something is because honestly I watch like fighters post shit on Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff, and I know you're busy. I know you're busy being family guys. I know you're busy probably, what is it, just personal lives, or you're tired and you don't want to, you know, but let me tell you something. A lot of guys, you guys get on Facebook and you post like, need sponsors. Like this is fucking charity, man. This is not charity. Look, man, you are a popular human being. On top of that, you are a real person, meaning that anybody that shows up for a fight, generally, you're probably going to show up for a business deal, and you're probably not going to back some kind of fake ass dude. So that's really why sponsors really want to do that, or politicians even. So you got to learn to hone your craft. Like whenever I'm sitting there, like if I get a chance to watch TV, I listen to sportscasters and announcers. That way I get my message across, and it hits exactly a lot like a jab or a cross or a leg kick or you know, whatever it may be. Though you've got to get your audience, you know, interested in your target. But I'm not going on a tirade. I'm just simply trying to help either older brothers, younger brothers, or guys that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Simply, look, number one, this is not charity. Just because these people give you money, I've watched a million guys that I know or don't know, they either get sponsored and they take off after they get the money. They cut the check. Look, number one is this. Sponsoring a fighter actually is a horrible fucking ROI. Even TV commercials are a horrible return on investment. It's because like you can't immediately think, or like people have like fleeting thoughts. You know, it's like if you see a TV commercial, you're thinking, oh, Coca-Cola, and you're like thinking maybe an hour later, you don't even remember that you watched that stuff. So, you know, anyway, when it comes to MMA fights, because we wear 4-ounce gloves, there is a ton of fucking leg kicks, knockouts, and whatever, though. It's not like boxing, though. Not only that, we're a little bit more like PR driven, meaning that wrestlers statistically, like right now in UFC, the welterweight champion, the middleweight champion, the light heavyweight champion, all those guys used to be ex-wrestlers. So a lot of wrestlers, we have our degree already though. So they know that they're not going to have to run like the risk. Business is not going to have to run the risk like a Floyd Mayweather, like where he beat up his kids, you know, he's like got a ton of bad PR and whatever. Like Floyd has absolutely zero sponsors. He may make like 80 or 90 million though, but like guys like Manny Pacquiao that people actually really like and can identify with, and that they're nice. Me, I'm just intense. It's because I work my own programs, I work, you know, nonprofit, but the reason that I'm going off is this. I'm just trying to help, because I may even try to talk to a sponsor or a business like after maybe one of you guys have talked to them, they're like, no, honestly, we had a guy come through before and it's just horrible, or they just ran off, they didn't represent us the way they wanted to. And I actually understand it. Anyway, guys, look, it doesn't take all that much to set up a Facebook account. It doesn't take a lot to get an effective message or have somebody edit it for you. Girls, or some of your teachers, or you know, whatever it may be. But get somebody that can actually edit your message for you though. You know, you're more than welcome to ask me if I actually have the time. I mean, watch some of the stuff that I actually post though. Number two is this, your Twitter account. Number three, having an Instagram account. And I also use a ton of like apps and stuff. So like it'll black out the background or something like that. I'll edit it, because you got to understand this. Pretty things like what is it, like, things got to come in a pretty package. It's kind of like a girl, like she's got a really nice dress on, this or that. Do you get what I'm getting at? Okay. One of the other things is being able to speak. I listen to radio interviews on constantly. I'm like always constantly like after I'm like trying to listen, trying to say, okay, you know what? This is responsibility, this is what I'm doing, this is blah, blah, blah. You know, you got to let it unfold like in a series of events, though. You got to name drop like crazy. You got to say, well, this is where these guys come in. You got to let them know how sponsorship helps you. Say like, you know what, I've literally, you know, everybody knows that everybody wants to be like Rocky, but nobody really watched Rocky #1 though. Nobody really actually understood that, you know, like on the first Rocky, that Rocky was poor for all that time, and fighters really don't have. So the point that I'm really trying to say is, #1 is this, is that you got to understand that social media and marketing and all that stuff, like it really comes about, and you got to do your HTMLs, SEO marketing, and this is stuff that you can self-teach yourself, so it's not all that hard. So that's some of the stuff that you can do. Guys and girls, I would say also, like go on Google, get a really tall, stiff cup of coffee on a Saturday and a Sunday, and just go and type in MMA radio or boxing radio, and go to those internet radio sites and just say, hey, you know what? My name is such and such, this is my record. It would be awesome to hang out with you guys on air. I would love to just be a guest for like, you know, maybe 10 or 15 minutes. You know, I've got an upcoming fight, this or that, or I think I could help with maybe some of the sponsors or whatever though. And if you speak well, you know, you can't sound dull though, you know? People want exciting people though. Talk about tough issues, whatever it may be. So it's just some of the stuff that's helped me. So anyway, one of my other things is this, is being able to actually understand about nonprofit organizations and how you can actually get these companies a tax write-off. So being able to get them their receipts back though in a timely manner and fashion, and do everything you say you're gonna do. So, but anyway, I just watched a lot of you fighters, honestly, like post a shit ton of stuff on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. In all honesty, like it makes us fighters look bad, like we're not trying to like help the companies out though, and we're like a huge worldwide business, and we're fucking bigger than football. I mean, NFL players cannot drop down in Mexico, they can't drop down in Brazil, they can't drop down in Tokyo, Japan, and people know who they are. So, you know, fighters, like I say this, we all smile in the same language, and then we all get fucking hit in the mouth in the same language. So I'm just trying to give you guys some keys and little tips on the game, and some stuff that works for me, because I get major sponsors.